question.
Okay, we had a question that came up. The question was, how does Pharaoh get the shefa from the Arach Anpin? So the answer is, I looked at other Sfarim. Arach Anpin is a bechina within the keter, and the keter is a makif. And since it's a makif, therefore good and bad are equal in the makif. Therefore, Pharaoh get the shefa. Okay. Let's continue.
It's above Seder.
Yeah. So over there, Pharaoh gets, even though Pharaoh thought the reason why he's getting the shefa because he did really good law of attraction meditations, but it wasn't really the case.
So why showed Moshe the back?
Oh, the back. Okay, we had that question called yesterday. Okay, let's see.
This is the main question.
Wasn't that? It wasn't. It was in parentheses. I don't know if it was the main.
Parentheses is the Yesh Omrim, and that's the halacha.
Show me where it says that. Show me where it says that. Where do we say yesterday? The Panai Lo Yir'u. Where was it? One second. Hold on, I'm trying to find that spot where it said that. Where you said yes. Oh, Milvad Behinat Panim Gedesh. Oh, it says Kamo. It says Zeu Inen Behinat Panim Va'achor Bichlal. So we have hashpa that's from the panim, and then we have hashpa that's from the achoraim, as we explained yesterday. Okay, the kol hashpot of all different hashpas, you have panim and achor, and this we can understand. Also, all the partufim of Atzilus, same thing. It says v'ra'ita et achorai upanai lo yir'u. You will see my backside and the front side you will not see. So now is Moshe Rabbeinu getting a achoraim from Hashem? Let's see.
That's the question.
Okay, what does that mean? 63.
Pharaoh got the back. So why Moshe is
Yeah.
the back?
Okay, milvad behina, except for the level of Pnimiyut Keter. Okay, why? Because in Pnimiyut Keter doesn't have achoraim at all. It's cool upon him.
Oh.
So maybe.
Oh, now.
It could be. You didn't even answer the question again. 63.
So that means he got the front too.
That could be, you're saying that Moshe Rabbeinu, when he's seeing the Hashem said he can't see the panim, you can only see the achoraim, that's within Atzilus. So you wouldn't say
Different level.
It's a level of still mostly Kedusha there, because we said, remember we learned one time from the Etz Chaim, it brings down that in Atzilus you have in the Klipa Noga, you have Chetzi Ra and Chetzi Tov. So he's saying, how could you have Chetzi Ra, Klipa Noga, and Atzilus? So he's saying, in Atzilus it's not necessarily bad, but what's Mistalsha from there, you eventually get to Bilam. But the bad in relation to Atzilus is that there's a certain B'chin of Yeshus within there. So when Hashem's saying the Moshe is going to see the Achoraim of Atzilus, it's not necessarily at that level. It's not like a back. It's not a bad hashpa, even though in relation to the panim it's still a choraim, but it's not a bad thing there.
But he said to him too, if you see the front, nobody can see the front and lives.
Yeah.
There is two ways he
to understand.
explained both. He explained both.
Yeah. Well.
So why the front no?
And the back, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Pirush LP, the Maggid Medrash is, it says Yerita et Acho. It says. Ra'ita Dacharai. Wait, one second. What does the pasuk say?
He gave a tam for the front.
Yeah, what's the full pasuk again? It says Lo Ra'ita Adam. V'chai. So Chai means angels also. Adam v'chai. Adam and angel. Adam, a man, and angels cannot see the panim.
Oh. Angels can see.
Chai, that's the Chai. Is the Chaya? Is the angel? Okay.
This is one of the great reputations to Christianity, because if TJ, whatever his name was God, then it would be bad for business.
TJ Maxx.
Walk, people see his face and die.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's a good one. Yeah. TJ Maxx. So it's another story. It's a different story.
The acrobat.
That's the call. How do you say acrobat? That's the call.
The one that bends on the.
All right. Okay, so now we're going to understand what's going on here a little bit more. Okay, this is what it means. Avadim Hayinu leparo b'mitzrayim. Pirush anu uvnei Israel de le'ela. We, which is the Bnei Israel above, which represents the midos of Atzilus. They were Avadim, the Paro. When the Shorish of Paro was in the Orif of Arich Anpin, over there was the Unika of Paro Gashmi down here in this world. The concept is like this. It says in the Pasuk, Vayamat Yosef v'kol hador hahu ulu vayakam melech chadash al Mitzrayim asher lo yodat Yosef. It says Yosef passed away, and a new king arose on Mitzrayim who didn't know Yosef. L'chora ein ze rak tam pashut al pi darkei teva. L'chora, this is only a simple reason according to nature. Debaod Yosef Moshel umelech al Mitzrayim lo haya Paro gozer gzerot kashot. When Yosef was ruling in Mitzrayim, then Paro cannot make strong decrees. So since Yosef died, a new king came about. Zehu hasiba l'shibu b'nei Yisrael b'avodah kasha. This is the reason why we are subjugated in hard labor. That Yosef died, and the king now is a machloikis. Rashi brings the machloikis in the Chumash. He says some say it's new gzeras, right? So that means the king Paro brought new gzeras onto the land, and then we were then subjugated, even though we were living a good life in Egypt before that. But according to the Pnimius Inyanim, there's a reason for this. Like we have in the Nigla according to Pshat. As is known that the Avos are the Merkava, that they are the Merkava to the Midos of Zer Anpin of Atzilus. Abraham is Chesed of Atzilus, Yitzhak is Gvur of Atzilus, etc. So the Midas of Atzilus, they received their Or and the Shefa from the Pnimius of Chochmah and Bina of Atzilus. In the Chochmah it says, Mi'ayin Timatze, where will you find it? From the level of Pnimius Keter, which is called Pnimius HaRatzon, which is the Chafetz. Okay, so Pnimius Keter gives to the Chochmah, and the Chochmah gives to the Midos. Okay, and it goes down to the things called Searot, hairs, okay, because the Pnimius goes to the Sear and the Chitzonius goes to Hislapshus. There's like a whole discussion on that and elsewhere. So that's how the things go down. So, Alken Vada Heya Meir ala Avot B'chinat Panim de Arich Anpin. So therefore on the Avot there would shine on their faces the Panim of Arich Anpin, because it received from the Pnimius Arich Anpin, which is the inyan of the Chefet, which is the, remember we said the Chefet is the Pnimius Ratzon. And then the Ratzon is the Chitzonius Ratzon, okay? Now, as it says in the Ya'er Hashem Panav Alecha, as it says, Avraham Italech Lefanai, Avraham went before me. The Fanai is Panim, okay? And Yaakov, it also says, Elokei Avi Avraham Kayadua Shegimel Kavim Chochma, Chesed, and Netzach. And you have the three different lines in the series, right? You have Bina, Kvura, Hod, and then you got the Das, Tiferet, and Yesod. Achuzim umeychudim ba'atmus pnimius keter, all unite into pnimius keter, which is the chefetz, and they v'mehem mekablim avot, and from there was the avos received from, which because they were the merkava for the midos and atzilus. Therefore, since they're merkava, they received from the pnimius of that place. And that came from Chochmah, and the Chochmah receives it from the Pnimius of Ratzon, which is the unit of Chefetz. And therefore, the Ratzon, the Pnimius Ratzon of Hashem, which is the Panim, shines in the Avos. Now, after the Avos died, Hashem shined the Pnimius Ratzon and the Chefetz of Hashem to the Shvatim as well. Because the Shvatim, even though that the Shvatim only come from Malchus of Atzilus, which are the 12 horizontal lines of the Nukva, which are the 12 Bakar that are under the Yam of Shlomo. So the Yam of Shlomo is the Atzilus, which is the Yam. Below that you got the 12 different Bakar, which represents the 12 Shvatim. It says, V'hayam omer aleim elamayla, as the Zohar says, Mikom ukom harei shoresh hayud bet Shvatim gamkin ba'alma. The Duchra, the source of the 12 Shvatim, are really also in the world, the male world, which is the meaning of like Atzilus, which is the Vav Tzavos of Zah. Okay, this is basically Yosef. He wanted to lift everyone else up to that level. That's why if you look at the brachas in Parshat Vayechi, then you see all the brothers, they got to brachas related to animals. Gur Aryeh, Zev. But Yosef, what did it say? Ben Porat Yosef, Ben Porat Ali Ayin. Okay, which the word Porat means there's a few different explanations, but some means Tofer, to sew everything together. Some means Poter, he's solving all the problems, because he got to such a higher Madrega that he actually was at the level in Atzilus, even though, and he said the Shvatim had to follow him to get to that Madrega, because they basically, their Shorish was there, but they were in Bria, so they had to get up there, but the Shorish is in the Malchus of Atzilus, okay?
Moshe Rabbeinu, when he said to him, Ale Shor.
Yeah.
Told me, Ale Shor.
Yeah.
So he
Told him to go up, yeah.
Shor.
The shore should go up, yeah.
No Shor is Shor. Shor is the Shor Maseh.
Yeah, they're all the Ibchina of the
So-
behemoths.
so-
The Moshe was
so-
the Adam.
So on one side, when Yaakov Avinu birach oto, he didn't say Shor. But when Moshe Rabbeinu
Okay.
said to him, he said to him Shor. So which one is it?
For which Shevet was it? Remember? Who did he give?
Ali Shor.
Who did he give the bracha to? For sure. For Yosef, you say.
Ali Shor.
Oh, so why did he call him a short in the
He
second
also
bracha?
had the
That's good.
bracha of shore.
Ali Shor.
Oh, it's a good question.
But in the brachas,
Good question.
doesn't also say shore. He was
In Yaakov,
I think on a shore, I think the word shore there means a wall.
a wall?
Okay.
Oh, really?
I have another question.
A wall.
If you say
Chazak.
Shor, והוא שור ינגח בו עמים, והוא שור יוסף.
Okay, but you can have
שור
one
ינגח
pasuk
בו
that
עמים.
means this, one
He
pasuk
has-
means that.
He has horn.
One is short and one is shore, I think.
Oh, Shuir.
Yeah, I think one is.
Look it up in the home. Check it out.
The Kollel and
בתהילים I'm talking.
I know you are, but I'm saying that in the Berachas Yaakov,
It's sure.
it's short.
Mm. Okay, this is what it says. Shesham alu shvatim shifteka. What does it mean, alu shvatim? Lenukva, the shvatim of Nukva, they should go to the shvatim of Za. So they should go from the Malchus of Atzilus up into the Za of Atzilus, which is called shifteka. Why is it called shifteka, Yud and Hey? Because Yud and Hey is getting the hara of Abba and Ima that's inside of Za. And when you get to hara Abba Ima, it's Chochma Bina, and the Chochma, inside the Chochma is Mi'ayin Timatzeh, it's in the Pinimius of the Keter, and therefore the Panim shines over there even to the Shvatim. So which means, this proves that after the Abbas passed away, we still have the Or HaPanim that shines to the Shvatim. Okay, ואז הם מקבלים גם כן בחינת פנימיס רוצן וחפץ שבחוק ממינה המלובש במינוס עליונוס מחר שנקרא שבטי-קה, therefore called the שבטי-קה. על דרך משל, השבט של אילן המתאחד עם האילן כי הוא ענף ונמשך ממשכה מגוף אילן. Okay, the shevet of an ilan, they call the part of the tree called the shevet, which is united with the tree. Because enough, it's the branch that it draws down. V'nimshach b'hamshecha meguf ilan, from the tree itself. Av she'eino ela chelek katan, even though it's only a part that's separated from the body of the tree, nonetheless, it's considered part of the tree, and it's united with it. Or actually nimshach lahala me'ika ilan, and it draws down from the main part of the ilan. As is known, the Shidei Nofe Batar Ikaro Bekal Makomot. Okay, now the word Shvatim, there's two pirushim. Ha'alef Sha'shevet Olem Milamata Lamaila Mechinat Or Chozer. One pirush is that the shevet goes up from below to above, which is the Indian of the Or Chozer, the returning light. And this is the Shvatim of Nukva, and that's what it means, Shesham Alu Shvatim. And the second one is the shevet that's nimshach from above to below, which is the Or Yashar, as it says, Kochova de Shavit. Where's that from? In Brachas, in the Gemara Brachas, okay? The stars. Yeah. Which is the Shvatim, the Duchra is the male part of the shevet, which is Shifteka. Okay, as it says, Shiftecha mishantecha hema yinachamuni, as explained elsewhere. Okay, now, now the Shvatim passed away, and that whole generation. Okay, so now the Or of the Panim, it went to the Avos. The Avos passed away, so it was mamshich down to the Shvatim. So now the Shvatim, their shorish is really from the midos of Atzilus. So the Or Panim went into the Shvatim too. But now what happened when the Shvatim passed away? Then the ha'ara of the Pinimius Ratzon and the Chefetz went away from the Bnei Israel that were born after the Shvatim. It stopped. The main aspect is Yosef passed away, which he is the Yesod of Zah, okay, that he's higher than all the Shvatim, as explained in other places, okay, and that's what it means that when Yosef died, and all the brothers and all of that generation, a new king came that didn't know Yosef. What's Yosef? It's the concept of Tzaddik, Chai, Alamin. The Tzaddik has 18 worlds. And therefore, the Ha'ara of the Kavin Chut that was Nimshach and all of the world of Atzilus stopped. Vaz lo nimshach hinat panim de arch anpin b'Yisrael, and therefore the Harat Panim, which is the Indian of the Pnimius Ratzon, stopped shining to the Jewish people in Mitzrayim. So that caused that now Pharaoh took over, and therefore the Shefa didn't go anymore in the Panim, so you had Paim and Achor. Now it stopped at Arch Anpin and didn't go down, and since it stopped at Arch Anpin, and Arch Anpin is the Keter, and in Keter, good and bad are equal, now Pharaoh makes new Gzeros and takes the Shefa to himself, because Yosef passed away, because the Harat Panim didn't shine down to the Jewish people at that time. Okay? Ella, they received the Nika and the Shefa through the Acharim of the Oref of Arich Anpin, and over there was where Paro was sitting, and therefore we were in Galus, and we had to receive now the Nika from Paro down below, and furthermore, we were servants of Paro. Okay, that's what happened Baruch Nias, that there was no more Harat Panim, therefore the Shefa. It used to be the Shefa came, you did the mitzvahs, the Shefa came down straight at that time. It came to you straight. And then once Yosef passed away, and all the Shvatim, that means the Ha'arat Panim stopped shining into the Jewish people, and then it went up to where it stopped, which is in Arch Anpin, and now Paro is in control of the Shefa. Yeah.
Are you saying that it was coming through Yosef?
Well, all the Shvatim, but Yosef in specific, received the Ha'arat Panim.
Right, so Yosef was like the country, or
yeah, he was the tzaddik.
The main.
The Shefa to the Jewish people. Yeah. So once he... Then it went back up to the Makifim, into Keter, and since Paro, he stands at the Oref, he's the back of the neck, same letters as Paro, which is the Indian of the Arich Anpin, which is the Chitzonius Ratzon. Therefore now Paro is in control of the Shefa, and now we were subjugated to that, and furthermore we became slaves to Paro. That's having Baruch Nias now.
You mean we couldn't take the Birur if the Birur Neshamot, if the Shefa would have continued?
It couldn't continue.
No, if it would have continued, we couldn't make the Birur Neshamot.
I guess.
So that stopping of the Shefa will lower the Madrega of Am Yisrael, and the lowering the Madrega, he can be coming.
He's in control, and we have to receive the Achoraim through Paro now. That's what happened, and that's being in Galus and Mitzrayim. Okay, we'll pause it here. It's already 2:30.